What's up, guys? It is Shiny here, and I'm doing a live commentary because I want to try that now. And I think it could be fun, so I jumped into a bot lobby, and now I'm going to play the video game while talking. Isn't that like a really crazy idea, you know? But I want to talk about Fortnite. Like, I've made YouTube videos in the past about Fortnite where I talk about it and I feel very like positive towards the game, but I think now more than ever I feel such a strong urge to talk about Fortnite. And especially with Chapter 4. I just posted a video not long ago congratulating Epic Games on their achievement with Chapter 4 because Chapter 4 is amazing. I think it's really good. And so here I am making a live commentary just so I can talk about it more. And I kind of want to get a little bit more personal with this one just purely because I feel like I'm not able to get super personal in terms of Fortnite all the time. And I just kind of want to. And so these live commentaries are kind of gonna allow me to. I might make this a regular thing. Who the fuck knows? We're just gonna jump right into it, shall we? Right off the bat, again, like I've stated in the past, Chapter 4 is really fucking fun, dude. Like, it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of crazy how we went from Chapter 3 being pretty poorly received by a lot of people to Chapter 4 being almost endlessly praised for all of the changes in the map and everything, pretty much. And you know what? I was one of the rare few people, and I still am, that thinks Chapter 3 wasn't as bad as some people were making it out to be. But I'm not going to try and deny that Chapter 3 is nearly as good as the game is right now, because the game right now is fucking amazing. There's just no denying that Fortnite in its current state is phenomenal to play. Everything that they've added, everything that they've brought back, everything, it's just great. You know, I want to talk about it. Oh, here we go. This is one of the meat and potatoes. Again, like I said in my video, the hammer is just so much fun. And like using it just feels really good. Like I really feel like this thing was made just to be pure fun. Now, there's a couple of things that I feel like could bring down Chapter 4. I'm not talking about specifically the season. I'm talking about the chapter itself. That I am going to criticize Chapter 3 for. I'm going to prove to you guys that I'm not just a bootlicker, that I don't like the taste of leather in my mouth. I think the biggest problem with Chapter 3 was those base weapons that we had for so many seasons on end. We got barely any unvaults in Chapter 3, which I think was a big issue with it, as well as the map. I love the Chapter 3 map. I'm not going to deny that. Looking back on it, though, I'm not going to lie. I feel like the map right now is just so much better. It feels so much more original, and it doesn't feel like more of the same. It feels more like natural, I want to say. It doesn't feel like an artificial landmass created by something, which I guess might have been the point of the like Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 maps. We got a little rift event going on here, and it's a little whip, oh my god. But yeah, no. See, little things like that are just so cool. Like those little random events, they're so random, but they're so like they're just cool to see in the game. And again, the map itself is honestly probably the smallest Fortnite map I think we've had. It's still pretty big. It feels pretty big regardless. But in comparison, I will say that I do think this might be the smallest Fortnite map, even smaller than the Chapter 1 map that we've had. But I don't really think it's an issue, and I don't think that size really matters as long as the game is fun, as long as the map feels good to run around on, and it really does feel good to run around on. I think the biomes are good too. We have like a whole ass medieval biome over here and a little bit right here. We have a big snow biome that actually feels like it was made to be a snow biome. And I absolutely love that. Also, the augments here, I want to talk about those. Augments completely change this game. Like, they completely change how Fortnite feels. They change kind of just, like, the base, like, core gameplay of it, because you can get, like, these augments that alter how you're going to play, and they're completely random for you. Like, 1 second you might get infinite fuel on, like, any vehicle that you're driving, where another you might get a combat shotgun and a TAC AR, and the TAC AR has the low red dot scope on it, and that's my favorite one, by the way. I probably should have made that blatantly clear. I fucking love this pistol. I also really feel like the shotguns this season were just absolutely nailed. Again, I don't really think anything... Is there another rift event over here? I have to ignore that guy just to see what it is, man. It's like a curiosity thing. This dude just delivered me ammo. He just delivered me ammo. Thank you so much, Sledgehammer. I appreciate it. Now let's go and kill the guy that was over here. Little bro tried to run away and he got stuck on a rut. The scar being back feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of people that are like, oh, the scar's not that special. And it really isn't. I'm not gonna disagree, but I do think that the scar being in the game makes the game feel pretty good. I don't know why that one thing just makes it feel good, but it really does. Although I will admit, with the scar being in the game, I don't understand why they can't bring back any older weapons. I don't want the pump back. I want the tac back. And while I like the Maven Auto because it does feel very similar, it is still a little weird. To not really see the tac make a return at all. I don't hate the new shotguns. I actually really like them, I'm not gonna lie. But it worries me going into future seasons, because the big issue with the Chapter 3 Season 2 and Chapter 3 Season 3 loot pool was that it was just a lot of the same. You know, we had basically just the striker pump and the auto shotgun as the two main shotguns for that entire season. And I wasn't really... I'm not saying I hated those shotguns. I did really like them. I'm just saying it was a little weird that we didn't get much in terms of changes until Season 4. And I love Season 4 for that reason. I think the loot pool was really good. Map changes were a bit on the weaker side, but it was still just overall a really fun season. Where Season 3 and Season 2, they didn't really succeed, in my opinion. And Chapter 4 has the chance to basically just completely reverse that. Also, this perk is amazing. I also just kind of generally think that the map being smaller is a good thing for this game in specific, because I feel like you get into fights a lot more often. Like, you know, mid-game, I feel like for the last 2 chapters, it's always just been kind of like, you're kind of just walking around, and there's not a lot of mobility, and there's not a lot of, like, really ways to get around. With Season 2, in Chapter 2, or Chapter 3, you know, at least we had, like, the sprinting and the sliding, but it didn't really change much for going faster. But I feel like now, you're bound to get into fights a lot quicker, just purely because the map is smaller. The map is also really beautiful, by the way. I like the new art style that they're going for. It really fits Fortnite, in my opinion. I feel like the last 2 chapters had a very clean art style, which wasn't inherently bad, but I was not a fan of it in the end. I think the Chapter 3 map. Again, I think it's better than the Chapter 2 map in general, but they kept the exact same art style and nothing really felt all that different in the long run. And while I will still proceed to have praise for Chapter 3, I'm not gonna lie when I say there were 2 seasons in Chapter 3 which weren't really all that good. I also really hope that Chapter 4 brings some more unique items. This season we have the hammer and we have the Excalibur rifle. I did touch on, I love the Excalibur rifle a lot. Pistol is fucking insane. Love this pistol. But like, even just having those 2 unique weapons already makes this season so much better than last season. I feel like last chapter we just kind of got new guns, and then the Spider-Man Mythic was really good, and I feel like the mobility was really good in Season 1. But then going into Season 2 and 3... and 4, to an extent, even though 4 kind of gets a pass because it had the chrome block. I really feel like there just wasn't much in terms of mobility. And, you know, this season we're already seeing, like, the hammer, and we're seeing this, like, Excalibur rifle, and we know that more is coming in the future. And I feel like, while that's cool and all, this is just Season 1, and Epic Games needs to have something for future seasons. I feel like maybe they keep the hammer in the game, but it also just kind of depends on the theme of the season. This is a non-collab item, and I feel like it has no reason to not stay in the game. This is the one item I would absolutely appreciate Epic Games just not removing. Get in the storm, you fuck. And we're already potentially seeing Epic Games adding new movement in the future. We know that there's going to be that owl thing coming in the future, as well as a riot shield. So again, Chapter 4 is looking really good right about now. And I'm really hoping that Epic Games has a lot of content in store, because for a lot of people, their videos kind of rely on, like, new content in the game, and I feel like Chapter 3, while it did have its fair share of content, it was all mostly in the first and last season. Again, Season 2 just was really rough for a lot of people, and while my video making was still relatively new in Season 2 and 3, I feel like by Season 4, I really wanted to get into video creation and all that, and I'm really just wanting to do that more, and with Chapter 4 looking really promising, I'm really looking to just grind out YouTube, like, so hard. Like, this season has absolutely inspired me to do so, while staying on top of, like, school and all that, especially. I've been just really, like, motivated because of everything they've added so far. I've turned my graphics all the way up just so it looks better on YouTube videos, and because I just like how it looks. My computer cannot run, like, the highest, like, the new highest graphic settings, but it looks pretty good, at least. I'm just really excited for the rest of this chapter, man. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, he's either gonna die to... Yeah, no, he died to me. There he goes. Like, whenever there's new content out, I really feel like, you know, a commentary would just be so fun to make. Because it's just fun to talk about, like, cool new stuff, you know? Like, Epic Games, they might add just, like, a random new gun, and then I might just kind of be like, oh yeah, this new gun, it exists, alright. And I just, like, generally wouldn't really care. But whatever, that doesn't really matter. I'm really looking forward to the rest of Chapter 3. Might do more live commentaries like this, too. But for now, I'm going to end it right there. I'm hoping that y'all are enjoying Chapter 3 as much as... or Chapter 4 as much as I am. Fuck, it's still weird saying Chapter 4. And I will see you guys in a future video. Goodbye.